this leg of my journey, I've come to New Mexico. I'm looking for a man whose superhuman sense of smell has earned him the nickname, the Human Bloodhound. Oh, wow, look at... Oh, he's quick, George.
Yeah. George Aldrich is NASA's chief sniffer, employed to prevent problematic pongs developing in space.
We want to make sure that we don't put anything there that's going to stink to high heaven. The astronauts can't roll down the window.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We try to control the materials that we put inside the capsule. Underwear, socks, everything that you could possibly think of.
I'll be calling in experts.
We're going to push your nose to the limit.
And using cutting-edge tech to find out.
And you are 4 for 4.
Oh!
Whether this nasal naut's superpowered nose is due to hard graft or genetics.
I rarely see a difference so large.
How long have you been in this game?
20 years, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've tracked George down to New Mexico's Museum of Space History, where he's about to take his quarterly test to check that his nose is still up to NASA standards.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What have you got here today?
We have what we call the 10-bottle test.
Right.
7 primary odors, which are musky, minty, floral, ethereal, camphoraceous, pungent, and putrid, and the other 3 are blank.
Right. So you don't know which ones are which at the moment?
I don't know which is which.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, George, as you figure out the odor, just call it out to me.
Okay, and he has to get 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Okay, all on you.
Okay, number 1 is a blank. Ooh, want to try that one?
Oh, man, that's quite,
It gets up in your nose and burns.
yeah, pungent. I'll give you that one.
Okay, I believe this one is one that a lot of people have trouble with. Several % of the people in the world cannot smell musk.
I'm getting something. It is sweet, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, this is
Okay.
really interesting.
Okay, this one's camphoraceous.
Oh, man, this is difficult.
Number 4. Okay, this is actually floral. Okay, 5 is a blank.
Okay, how's he doing?
So far, he's 5 for 5.
Okay.
And we just hit ethereal. It is kind of an alcohol or medicine-y type,
Yeah.
but it's not pleasant.
Your face. Oh, I can smell it already. Oh, man.
Is that putrid?
I guess you don't get that one wrong very
I
often.
don't get that one wrong at
No.
all. Never.
Right, okay, so we've finished. Results are in.
Yes, 10 out of 10.
Were you expecting anything less?
I wasn't.
Okay, so you work for NASA, you
Right.
work in the space industry, you've got a great nose.
Right.
Why is that relevant?
The astronauts are in a confined space, so whatever they take with them in there, they have to live with for months. We try to control the materials that we put inside the capsule. We make sure that it's not toxic. And we make sure that it doesn't stink to high heaven, because they can't roll down the window.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
This nasal naut's role is vital. If George's nose fails to identify even one problematic smell, the consequences are serious. A whole space mission could be jeopardized. In 1976, an unbearable odor developed on board the Soyuz 21 spacecraft, forcing the Russian Space Agency to abort the flight. Thanks to George and the odor panel he heads, which was put in place by NASA as one of a host of increased safety measures after fire destroyed the Apollo 1 flight, not one American mission has ever been cancelled because of smell.
We've tested food items, we've tested toothpaste, we've tested antibacterial wipes and stuff like that. Underwear, socks, anything and everything that you could probably think of, I mean, even the ink.
I'm assuming that the airspace they're in is the same airspace. It never gets recirculated.
They do a small recirculation, but if you had an odor inside this room, it might dissipate after a few minutes, but up there it takes hours.
Wow, that is fascinating. George, after that demonstration, I've got a lot of questions. So, George, where was the first time that you realized you had a good sense of smell?
I started in the fire department in January of 1974 at the NASA White Sands Test Facilities, and my fire chief belonged to the one and only odor panel that NASA has. And so my fire chief says, if you want to do something really special for the space program, get on the odor panel so that you can smell things to protect the astronauts.
So, and he just says, come along and try
Yeah,
it. So at that
exactly.
point, you didn't know that you had an extraordinary skill.
Not until I actually did the 10-bottle test.
And how long have you been on this odor panel for?
43 years. That's longer than anybody else.
Wow, it's just such an unusual skill.
Of all of our senses, smell is the most underrated, and it's the first to develop. Even before we're born, it's fully formed and functioning. It's also the most sensitive. 5% of our DNA is devoted to identifying smells, so it's no surprise to learn that your nose can outperform your eyes and your ears. Although the human sense of smell may not be as strong compared to many animals, it's still very acute. In fact, it's estimated the average person can detect at least 1 trillion different smells. Thanks to our modern lives, this super sense is underused. George, however, is an exception.
So you're phenomenal, given this skill that you've got. And I really want to know, how does he do that? Like, why is it so much better? If you're willing, I'd like to kind of set some tests up to try and figure out a few answers to what makes you so phenomenal.
Okay.
Deal.
I'm driving George to the University of New Mexico to enlist the help of Professor Nathan Hall, an expert on smell. He should be able to determine just how super a sniffer George is.
So, what type of tests can we do to try and figure out some answers?
We took an odor and we've diluted it so that the concentration of that odor is just going lower and lower. We want to see where your nose stops detecting it. So today we're using isoamyl acetate. It's one of the major components that we associate with the smell of a banana.
Bananas are good.
Bananas are good today.
What we're going to try and do is push your nose to the limit.
Okay, fantastic. I'll be the control. I'll
All
go
right.
first, if that's all right.
Perfect. So what I'm gonna first do is present an odor to the mask, and you're going to tell me whether you smell banana or not. If you get some wrong, then we're going to increase the concentration so there'll be more smell, and we're gonna keep going up until we find the point that you can do it.
Positive test.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Don't lie to me, because there'll also be control trials where there won't be any banana.
Right, I'm ready when you are.
All right.
No bananas there for me.
No bananas, and that was incorrect.
There was.
Yes,
Right. No, still not getting anything.
and you're wrong again.
Right, so there was, okay. No, no. There might be quite a few levels that I'm getting nothing.
Yep, so we can go to the next level, okay?
No, 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 still nothing. No, I don't think this level I'm gonna get either.
And the odor was there. So
I
you
was.
missed that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
another level I failed on. No, nothing still. I feel like a bit of a failure, actually. No, 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 nothing still.
It was there that time.
Oh. Oh, I think I got something on that one.
And you're correct.
Yes, right, okay. No, nothing on that one.
And let's see. Correct again. You're 2 for 2.
Yeah, I think I'm getting something there.
And 3 for 3
Right,
you are.
Yes, okay. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll, George. No, nothing.
And you are 4 for 4.
Right. Okay, so I've got a pass on level 4. Okay, George, your go. Take the hot seat.
All right, I'm gonna start you at the lowest dilution now.
Nothing.
And that was correct. That was a control.
Nothing.
And it was there.
It was there, okay.
So I'm going to bump you up to the next step.
Okay.
Okay, George, level 2.
Okay.
Nothing.
And that was the control.
Control, okay, good start.
I think I'm getting a little bit of an odor. I'm going to say positive.
And you're correct.
Oh, right, okay.
2 for 2 so far.
Nothing.
And that was the control.
Oh.
Again, I'm getting an odor.
Okay.
So you're going positive?
I'm going positive.
And you are 4 for 4.
Oh, right. Okay, so now the results are in. I want to know, where am I on the scale?
You seem to be pretty typical in terms of threshold detections.
Okay, and now, George, is this extraordinary?
Well, we're talking about 10,000-fold difference in terms of what you were detecting in comparison to where we were smelling it.
10,000-fold difference. I said you were the human bloodhound. I knew it. Now that we know just how superpowered George's sense of smell is, I want to uncover exactly what makes him biologically different to the rest of us. So I've called in an expert in cognitive neuroscience, Dr. James Kroger. Okay, so doctor, where do you think we should start?
George's nose, it looks like everybody else's nose to me. That's going to be something in the brain, and I suspect we'll see it.
As a biologist, I know that George, like the rest of us mere mortals, detects smell via some 6 million nerve endings, known as olfactory receptors in the upper nasal passage. When odor molecules in the air come into contact with these, they send signals through the nervous system into the brain, which then makes sense of the smell. Dr. Kroger seems to think that the secret to George's superpowered sense of smell lies in this network of neurons.
So we've got 20 test tubes, and each one has a different smell in it. We're going to choose one to be a pretend dangerous smell. And George smells that dangerous smell. We want to see what brain activity is happening right then.
And how strong or how weak are these?
It's very, very weak.
Okay, right, I'm ready. I'm going first, so I'm ready. Whenever our neurons are firing, they produce an electrical signal which can be detected on the surface of the scalp. Dr. Kroger wants to measure this activity with an EEG scan.
Oh, yeah, that feels weird.
Electrodes are attached to the scalp with wires. These will analyze the electrical impulses in the brain and send signals to a computer where the results are recorded.
Looks like you guys are all wrapped up with the electrodes then. Okay, this is what we'll call the target smell.
Okay. Oh, that's quite faint. Right, I'll tap if I think it's the one.
Okay, sounds great. Here we go.
"40 minutes and many test tubes later, my score is a big fat 0.
Okay, let Tom take another whiff of that one. Tom, this is the target.
Was it? Right.
Yes.
There was a few of them that felt like they were in the same ballpark, and
Yeah.
I was just getting confused between them.
I'm going to find you your dream car in just 5 days. There's always room for manoeuvre on the price.
There's no room for negotiation.
No.
No, no.
No, no, no. No.
Why should I do this?
This car is just too good to pass up. Face says it all, doesn't it?
Unlike most kids, when I was young, I wasn't playing with toy cars. I was racing my big wheels down the freeway overpasses. When I was like 15 and a half is when I really discovered drifting. And once I discovered drifting, my life was over.
That is a shock to the system as far as the championship goes.
I've been driving in Formula Drift for 6 years now, and we've never won. It almost made me want to quit. I wanted to give up.
Can Matt Field duplicate the magic that he saw? He was the lone star, the highest driver finishing.
We're rolling.
I want to burn this wall and just kill it.
Hey, sick.
I'm pretty excited to do a collaboration with them.
How's it all going to come together? A tribute to Ibiza.
You've only got 2 days.
I totally overworked this.
To collaborate with someone is risky.
Time is up!
Always goes wrong.
All right, so now we're going to be administering smells just like we did before. Give him a good whiff, Carson. Let him smell it for a good long time. Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Get it locked in.
All right. Here we go.
This is going to be exciting.
George has indicated the target smell over and over again, but how accurate has he actually been?
Okay, I'm fairly amazed. I presented the target about 25 times, and every single time you detected it. That equals amazing.
Okay, but this is only half of the story. We've got to analyze some of the data from the computer, right?
Right.
But did the EEG scan find anything unusual in George's brain activity?
Right, doctor. EEG results. Tell me you got something good.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm even surprised. So this is George's brain response that's quite different from the distractors.
There's a massive difference there between distractors and the target smell.
I rarely see a difference so large.
Really?
Yes, right.
And how long have you been in this game?
Doing EEG, 20 years, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so how different is this compared to my results?
You have nothing there.
It's just not happening.
I'm
It's not registering.
I'm not being trying to be, you know, as far as your brain's response to those smells, pretty much no difference between the distractors and the targets.
I'm flatlining, George. So we now have conclusively found out that there's a massive difference between how George's brain processes effectively the same information because we had the same smells.
Right.
Do you think this is a learnt skill or a talent that he might have been born with or he's more predisposed to?
Well, it's likely that George was born with a good sense of smell, so it's probably got a genetic core, and what George does day to day has actually contributed to developing his smell system into a super smelling system.
Most normal people have around 1 million neuron connections between the receptors in their nose and the brain's smell processing centers. But in George, they may have tripled.
You've got a unique brain that's basically better than anyone else's on planet Earth in the smell department.
We've tested George and found that not only is his sense of smell supercharged,
Positive. And you're correct.
but also that it's caused by a combination of genetics and training, resulting in a unique rewiring of his brain. But I'm not finished with this super sniffer yet.
So, George, I have set up the mother of challenges for you. I've organised a little competition, not between you and me.
Oh.
The competition's going to be between you and a dog.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To push George's ability to the max, I've brought him to the White Sands National Monument to put him up against the incredible sniffing power of a dog trained to detect Class A drugs.
I'm already feeling a little nervous about it.
Are you?
Yeah. I'll try. All I can do is I'll try.
Okay.
Is George Aldrich really the human bloodhound?
Hans.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man, I'm Tom.
Tom, nice to meet you.
This is George.
George, nice to meet you, George.
Nice to meet you, Hans.
So, what type of challenge do you think we could set up?
Well, we're going to set up a hide-and-seek game. We're going to set some narcotics out on the vehicles, and then we're going to run our dog, and then we're going to time it to see how fast George can find it against our dog.
Oh, that's a challenge. What do you think?
Oh, that's tough.
And what smell are we actually looking for?
We're going to use heroin.
Heroin. Have you ever smelt heroin before?
Never have smelled heroin.
Right, well, I suppose we'll need to give you a sniff so you can get you on the
that
scent.
That would be helpful, yes.
Take a little sniff so you can see how heroin smells like.
How would you describe it?
I don't know.
Right, so what have we got here?
So I'm going to plant some of the dummy cans onto the vehicles.
Yeah.
And then there will be a dirty one. And that's what they got to find. They got to find where the heroin's at.
And that's the only one?
That's the only one you
right.
have to find.
Well, let's start hiding a few then.
Awesome. Anywhere the magnet could get on the car, go for it.
All right.
With 2 cars on which to put the canisters, there are plenty of hiding spots.
And the dog's gonna go first?
Definitely. He is trained on narcotics and patrol. Super excited to get to work.
Yeah.
A dog's brain is dominated by its nose. In fact, the percentage that's devoted to analysing smells is actually 40 times larger than that of a human. Dogs also have as many as 300 million smell receptors, compared to our 6 million. So it's no wonder that their sense of smell is thousands of times stronger than ours.
3, 2, 1, go. Ouch. Oh, wow, look at... Oh, he's quick, George.
Yeah. He's had a lot of training.
Oh, he spotted a
he
can
spotted a
there.
can,
Yeah, he
yeah.
spotted the can, but he spotted the other can there. Wow, he's so quick. Yeah. Okay. Oh, has he picked something up?
This is a change of behavior right here. As you can tell, he broke pattern, and now that's his final response.
Wow.
Okay. Good boy.
Yes.
Have a guess at the timing.
I'll say less than a minute.
Right, George, you'll go. You've got to
Okay.
go and lose yourself in the desert
Okay.
for a minute. We'll
All right.
reset the cars,
All right.
and then the challenge is on.
All right, we'll see you later.
Right. One in there. Go one on here. Now, it doesn't matter that he can see them because it's all about scent. This is the dirty can. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let me
All
sniff
right.
the first can. Okay. Let's see what else we got here.
You're on the narcotics hunt.
Okay, that looks pretty clean.
Right.
Okay.
Sniff your way around the arches.
I don't know.
Oh, look down.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to get to. I smell my rubber tire. One underneath here.
Yeah, found another one.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get
Tricky.
that low.
Good.
I can get that low. I don't know. I think that might be it.
Keep going round.
There's a little smell there.
Oh, keep going round.
Okay.
You might have to come back and check.
Let's see, I smelled that one. Okay, here's one. Oh, no, that's it.
Sure?
That's it.
That is it.
That is it. So, okay, Tom, what was my time?
1 minute 44, so you didn't beat the dog. In terms of speed, that was a tough challenge, but you absolutely, in terms of accuracy, you nailed the challenge. Well done.
Thank you.
Good effort.
Thank you.
This story has been fascinating. We put George's claim to be a super sniffer to the test, and the results have knocked our socks off.
A 10,000-fold difference.
His sense of smell goes way beyond normal human ability.
That equals amazing.
Not only that, but we discovered that George's brain is uniquely wired, making his nose one of the most sensitive on the planet.
Oh, no, that's it.
He's not quite as good as a dog, but almost. For me, that's pretty impressive.